Oh, you can go ahead and start.
Welcome to Thumbfuckers. Your host Kibbs here with Dyson A.K.A. TheMachoMiracle. Today we're going to be playing inFAMOUS Second Son for all you infamous people out there.
Let's do a new save for that.
Yes, you must start a new game.
Okay, so question. You can be good or bad in this game.
What have you been most? Like, what have you done? Have you done both sides already?
I've done both sides, and that's all I've done.
What's your
I've played
favorite?
through once. It depends on the inFAMOUS for me. This one I felt were pretty much the same. It was like the first one. Oh man, it's so much better to be evil. And the second one, it's actually better to be good. So.
There's no in between, huh?
Yeah. 7 years ago, a small group of humans called conduits emerged, each with the ability to manipulate and even weaponize a unique form of matter. Which there's even more conduits than that, even where some are like, "Oh, I'm bulletproof," and like stuff like that. So,
I'm Spider-Man.
but yeah, the DUP was formed to hunt down and indefinitely detain all conduits, bioterrorists, blah blah blah. They call them bioterrorists, and they get persecuted and stuff like that. So, because there's some good ones and bad ones. This is 7 years after what happened in inFAMOUS 2. So,
Yeah. I've actually never really played the inFAMOUS games. I've just seen trailers and whatnot, and it seems like a cool game. I just never...
inFAMOUS is one of my favorite series, and they also are the creators of like Sly Cooper and stuff like that. People who made this,
I remember
Sucker
that
Punch.
game,
Yep.
yeah. I gotta back up. It's back there a couple times.
I think it's a oh man, this game is fantastic. I think honestly the best one though is inFAMOUS 2. It's just a fantastic game. It's terrific. But this one is amazing too. The only reason it's not as good is because, well, you're not the guy from the first two games, so you're a different character.
It's a new character, okay.
Because of events from inFAMOUS 2, where they're good. This goes off of the good ending of inFAMOUS 2. So,
so if this goes off the good ending of inFAMOUS 2,
this goes off of inFAMOUS.
Might as well just be a good character in this one.
Yeah.
Just keep the storyline somewhat straightish.
Yeah, and that's what it seems like they're going to do. Is go with a good ending, but there was a DLC to inFAMOUS 2 where it was based off of the bad ending after the bad ending. So, well, kind of. It wasn't right at the end of the game. It was like right before the end of the game, but for evil stuff. All right, so this is a part of the game where I get to spray paint stuff, and okay, so I got to get that real fast, and this. So he's a spray paint artist. So yeah,
He's a tagger.
Yeah, he's a tagger.
Lots of legal.
And I'm trying to remember all that I need to spray paint. So motion controls, and this is just there's always like 3 steps to everything. So there we go. And it's pretty fantastic. And he throws these up pretty fast.
So is that sound actually coming from your controller?
That's my controller, yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, that feature was really cool with the PS4.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
Controller, but I haven't run across that many games that actually uses that speaker. Like Shadows of Mordor, which I just recently picked up again.
Right.
Does, but...
The guy he just spray painted his thing of is actually his older brother. Yeah. Oh, come on, Jelly.
Piss off, Jelly.
Yeah. He just said he's a criminal mastermind. So your older brother Reggie, he's after you now because he saw you do that. And he's like, oh, this punk.
Okay, so your brother's actually the sheriff then?
Yeah, yep. And he's running for mayor. You're part of an Indian tribe. It's your character's name is Delson Rowe.
Okay.
So you'll be hearing a lot of
Death by stapling.
Delson. Yeah. A Comish. That's what it is.
Oh, that's
Jelly.
their gotcha. Jelly. Piss off.
Yeah. That is Jelly for you though. He'll send you invites until you join, but it's not gonna happen.
Those are the kind of friends you don't need anymore.
Yeah. He'll give up eventually though. He sure is.
We were eating dinner before I came over here, and we're watching Friends.
Right.
It was the episode where Monica gets a Porsche.
Yeah.
And Rachel's all like, I want to drive. And she ends up taking it or whatever. And and Ross is with her, and he's all like, oh, straight laced, dude.
Right.
She gets pulled over, and the cop comes up, and his name's Handsome, and she's like, oh, well, hello, Officer Handsome. And from there on, it's just like witty banter, and they're all like peachy keen, and then cuts to later on in the episode, Ross is driving now, and he gets pulled over, and I guess the officer's name is Petty, and he's like, well, hello, Officer Pretty, and he goes, it's Petty. I'll be back with your ticket.
Right. All right.
So you gotta find a safe way down.
No, there's a lot of parkour in this game.
Nice.
But it's pretty, just like, it's not scripted really, but it's.
So it's more fluid.
Almost everything's climbable.
So it's more fluid than like Assassin's Creed.
Yes, I would say so. Yeah.
What was that one? It wasn't Dying Light. Yeah, it was Dying Light.
Yeah, the zombie one. Yeah.
Yeah. Which
but yeah,
I have
and
that.
he can
I
grab.
haven't played it yet.
You can roll around and grab on the stuff, so you gotta climb up. Sometimes it's kind of wonky, but yeah, a bunch of seagull crap there. Oh, someone's messaging me on Facebook. Square to drop down. Oh boy. Okay, so in the first 2 games, you're a guy named Cole McGrath. And he had the best conduit powers ever. He had electricity, and to recharge his abilities, he just drained it out of like light poles, cars, anything that has electricity. So almost everything. And it was awesome because you could just basically anywhere in the city, and you got the craziest, most awesome powers. At the end of Infamous 2, there is a villain called the Beast. Who is like giant and can make new conduits and stuff like that. He's like the most powerful thing out there, and he's trying to basically take over and destroy the world. And he's causing a bunch of like radiation too. And anyone who gets hit by this radiation, if they have a passive conduit gene, they end up waking up their conduit abilities. If they don't, they get really sick and they die. So basically, you have to beat him. Is the thing. So on the good ending, which this is based off of, you use a weapon that's supposed to neutralize all conduit genes. So not only is it going to kill the Beast because he's a conduit, it'll kill all conduits around the entire planet.
Kamikaze bomb, folks.
Which is what this is based off of. Except for, with this, there are people with active conduit genes, which means they have powers. Then there's dormant, which means they had the gene, but the power hadn't been unlocked yet. To open doors, I have to slide it with the touchpad.
Nice.
My finger. Yeah, Reggie was waiting for you. He knew you were trying to run away. Have you ever played Overwatch?
Very little.
Very little?
I love Blizzard games. I'm a big Blizzard fanatic. Overwatch was fun, but
do you know the Cowboy McCree?
It sounds familiar.
The one who says it's high noon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Reggie and that guy have the same. It's the same voice actor.
Same voice actor.
So, yeah,
Nice.
You can hear it in Reggie's voice. It's like, this is a DUP truck with conduits in it. Anyways, there was people with another conduit gene that wasn't even dormant. It was below dormant, like basically almost completely hidden in their genes. When the conduit thing went off and killed everybody, including your own character and the Beast, it turned those conduit genes into dormant genes instead of. So now there's more. There's still conduits and they still have powers and stuff.
So they didn't get them all.
Yep. So you'll see here in a little bit that he's a unique conduit by what happens here. Your character, he's a very unique.
Is that
conduit.
black mist or haze?
He has smoke powers. And this guy's not actually a really bad guy. It's just because he's a conduit. Yeah, he did rob banks and stuff like that. But his daughter's very sick, kind of like a Sandman situation.
Yeah. Also with in the DC universe, the Deadshot. His daughter was really sick, and he did a bunch of jobs to get the money for it. I think his daughter ended up being all right, but.
And he can see his memories right now. Just a little bit. Anytime he touches a conduit, he can read their minds a little bit, like see some of their memories.
Glimpse into the future.
And copies their ability. So
he's a copycat.
He is the only conduit who can do that too. Um, but there actually were. They didn't think the device actually wasn't strong enough to kill all conduits. Because there's some conduits in this game who are actually conduits at the time of Infamous 2. And like one of the main bad guys in this one. So yeah, he's got smoke powers now. Yeah, and he's scared because conduits are seen as very problematic, and he can't really control right now.
So it's kind of like a mutant power from the X-Men in a way, where they discover their powers and they freak out and end up doing a bunch of stupid shit.
Yeah, but don't worry, he gets control pretty soon.
Sounds like he's going through puberty too. I mean, his voice is kind of
he's freaking out. But if I do this, I can teleport through. I can dash through stuff that I wouldn't normally be able to get around. So that's pretty cool. Which circle is dash, so I'll be using that quite a bit in the game. Uh-oh.
You okay? No. You gotta get that thing off you. I gotta get you out!
Okay, so once it tells me where to go, I'll get it off of him. There we go. Okay, press and hold the touchpad with both thumbs, and there we go. And it's gonna go boom. Yeah. In the original Infamous, you had a and you just fought with like your hands. You just made your electricity power up your arms and stuff like that. And the second one, your buddy Zeke, one of the funniest like video game characters ever, he makes you like a rod that has like these two other rods come out of it that you can put your electricity into to fight, and it's awesome.
That's neat.
And this, you have a chain, so I'll be using a chain to fight, like I'm Ghost Rider or something.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah. And the other powers I get in this game are really cool too. You'll see they're really pretty neat. And now I just kind of follow him. And you want to keep these? You guys keep them around 15 minutes, right?
We normally do.
Yeah.
But that was more for Brandon because of his internet.
Okay.
As you saw on mine the other day, how it's a lot better.
Right.
We can probably do like a 20-minute segment.
You want? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. I think I'll be all right. Yeah.
I mean, hell, the last few uploads only took maybe 30 to 45 minutes to
That's
do
good.
so.
Yeah.
That was pretty nice.
So, and these little things right here I can go into.
Nice.
To get up on top of buildings and stuff. It's very handy.
Vince.
Yeah, Vince, good to know. Very good to know, because I'll be using that a lot. But yeah, I can stand on like almost anything, and now I landed in here. My healing's a little bit better now, because I'm a conduit, so... unfortunately, I can't get through that, so... A little bit of a scripted event. I have smoke powers, I'm still not immune to fire, so... Fire's still bad.
And there's just Ghost Rider chain.
Yeah. Alright.
Vengeance is mine.
Okay. So now I'm trying to get Betty. Yeah, he's not actually trying to hurt anybody. He's just like, she's scared because, he's a conduit and the place is burned down. And he's trying to get her out. And now they're mad.
You gotta get out of here now.
I'll explain later. I literally got these powers like 5 minutes ago. Everybody's freaking out.
I'll explain everything that I don't know about.
And more memory reading. Yeah. Oh boy.
You just gotta wait for that golden opportunity.
And that's what he did. That's how he busted out.
I like how some of these dialects, they'll use like solitary letters for, O-T, But like when they go to quote something, they say it perfectly fine.
Right, yeah.
Figured out a way to bind us all up so we couldn't lose our powers. That all
So yeah, I think we'll be good with 20 minutes, and
That might help get through the intro
Yeah.
a lot easier.
yeah, definitely. But we're still kind of in the intro phase even now, so
It's always kind of like the first episode of every game that we play, we should be the longest just to get through that intro.
right. Which if we do that, it'll be a pretty long video, so it might be first two
Yeah.
for this one.
You maybe say something or hear something.
Yeah. Oh boy. There's a lot of different conduits in this, so I'll let you see the other powers, but another one's going to be introduced after I fight him. From the lady who runs the DUP. A conduit actually runs the DUP,
Oh.
and she's the one from back in the day, like
So
when she, from
bioterrorist
Infamous
is
2.
actually running the bioterrorist.
Yeah, well, it's because she's so good at stopping other bioterrorists, so that's why. She's one of the bigwigs, but she's still not like the owner or anything like that. It's a
Right.
government operated thing, so. Yeah. Yeah, he said if she catches you, you're done, and yeah, basically, that's why I gotta level up and power up and get new powers by the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, back off, I know how to use my powers better. You know what? I have protagonist powers, so so I'll still beat him.
But you better be ready to disappear. Why? You're a conduit now, kid. A bioterrorist. Welcome to the world and run for your life. And that's what I aim to do, even if I gotta go through you. Anywhere, tell you fix this. This ain't something that can be fixed. Then at least show me how to control it. Ain't got time. There you be something.
Waiting for you
Oh, boy.
to start busting his skull as a head.
Yeah. But yeah, conduits are pretty tough, so even this isn't going to do a whole lot to him.
Yeah.
It'll just kind of knock him down, kind of a thing. I'll knock him out. I'll bloody him up and stuff like that, but...
Ain't going back to Curtin K. Yeah, well,
Curtin K, that's the big bad prison place.
Gotcha.
folks here know.
I learned a lot about the game when it first came out, since it's 7 years after. All right, so this guy's name is Hank. So I gotta defeat Hank. Oh, he went through here.
Let me go, though. Let me walk away. Nobody ever got to know about any of this. Wait a minute. Stop it. Talk about it.
Encased.
Yeah, that's her. She has concrete powers.
Oh.
Yeah, she's very tough.
Speaking of concrete, we picked up the Power Ranger movie last night.
Oh, nice.
Watched it. It was excellent.
Is it pretty good?
I thought so. There was a few slight changes to the storyline about it, and the forgetting the guy's name, the producer's name, but he used the mythology a lot. He actually went
Right.
back to mythology a lot.
That's cool.
Then everything he did, he gave a good explanation for.
Wasn't Bryan Cranston
Zordon?
Zordon?
Yeah,
I thought
he
so.
was.
That's
yeah,
cool.
Bryan Cranston's like a fan favorite at the house.
I'm supposed to watch it with
reasons for people to be nervous.
Grant. I'm supposed to watch the movie with him sometimes. So
Yeah, we picked it up last night at Walmart. And Grant
Yeah.
was there, and he was like, "Yeah, you're gonna love it. You're
oh,
gonna
yeah,
love it."
yeah. He loved Power Rangers when he was a kid. And I did too.
yeah.
We talked about it, and he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "We're gonna watch it sometime." I'm like, "Good," because there's no one I could really like out of my personal friends, that my close friends from high school and stuff, that I could really watch it with. So I'm
Right.
like, they didn't watch Power Rangers.
When Power Rangers came out, when I was,
They all watched,
I was in elementary school. for that
Yu-Gi-Oh!
stuff.
And Digimon,
Yeah.
Pokemon, they watched all that. So, I watched a little bit of that, but
Yeah.
mostly I watched like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Sonic X and Kirby Right Back at You. And that's, all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. That's what I watch.
Yeah, I'm old.
We are engaged in a life or death war with these
I was lucky to be a kid when the very first few episodes of the original Power Rangers came out on TV.
Right.
Yeah, and I was lucky to be a kid then.
There are choices in this game, good and bad choices. So whichever one I do helps me be good, or bad. So. Mad.
Don't bite the hand that feeds.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to fight fire.
Coming up on 20 minutes, it looks like.
Yeah.
I guess the next after the cutscene will.
Yep. After there's a choice that's getting ready to come up. So after that we can end it.
The authority to suspend those rights whenever I feel it's necessary. Now
Ouch.
She makes concrete come out of you. Conduits can heal from it really fast, and it hurts a lot. But normal people, it doesn't heal. Only the person with the power can take it out. So that's the main reason we go and fight her, because she's about to really mess up our tribe.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah. To get answers out of us. Or them, depending on our choice.
But you should know, concrete is especially hard on brittle bones.
She's insane.
Just move on to the next one. Next, and someone who does. So do you have something you want to tell me? Or do you prefer that I move on to your friends?
She looks like a bitch.
Oh yeah, she is. Okay, so turn yourself in or sacrifice the tribe. You can tell by the colors which is good and which one's bad. So.
I like a good sacrifice, but let's be kind.
You want okay.
Yeah, I guess we're really on this one now.
Alright, so turn yourself in. Risking your freedom to protect Betty is the first step to becoming a hero.
No
so you can be
shit.
So you can be in this game you can become a hero or you can become infamous. So that's why it's called infamous. So and that's why if you look at the logo, IN is lowercase and then famous is all caps because you can be famous as a hero or infamous as a really big bad
Super
guy.
douche.
Yep. Oh yeah, and it's messed up beyond super douche. You can do some terrible things to civilians. You just go punch. You can just hit them with your powers and you're evil. Builds up and stuff like that. But you can also heal them, and that makes your good go up with your powers. Like the electricity can go. The electricity one I could go and heal a whole bunch of people once I got the power upgrade. It was really cool.
Maybe you can give me a story answer.
And she kind of hurts the tribe anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a bitch.
Yep.
Uber bitch.
Yep. All right.
Well, thanks for watching the first episode, folks. Stay tuned for more. Oh, and as always, stay frosty. And please like and subscribe.